Thank you for joining us today for the 17th annual commemoration of Pueblo Independence Day. We're really happy to bring it to you virtually this year. In the morning, we'll have a schedule of activities, followed by an academic talk in the evening by our regional manager, Matt Barber. Our first activity will be a recipe and a how-to video on green chili stew, done the Jemez way by our ranger, Brenda Tafoya. Then we'll bring you over to our instructional coordinator, Marlon Magdalena, who will show us about Pueblo shields. Finally, Los Luceros is joining us this year, and the ranger, Rebecca Ward, will give us a brief history on Pope and the rebellion of 1680. I hope you enjoy watching.
Hi everyone, my name is Brenda Tafoya and I work at the Jemez Historic Site. Today I will be preparing green chili stew, which food vendors would sell during Pueblo Independence Day, August 10th. Ingredients are green chili, white corn, squash, stewed tomatoes, and pork. I am going to cut them into cubes. I will now put them into a pot. The pork should be fried until they are brown. I will add 4 to 5 cups of water into the pot along with all the ingredients. Then I will add salt and let it boil for an hour. Make sure you stir it occasionally. I choose fry bread with the green chili stew. I hope you enjoyed my video. Until next time, you all be safe.
Thanks, Brenda. That looks delicious. Now let's head over and see Pueblo shields with Marlon.
Hello everybody, this is Marlon Magdalena, Instructional Coordinator for Jemez Historic Site. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a Pueblo style shield using common household items. And it does go along with a plan that I have for this video. It'll show you detailed instructions on how to make your Pueblo style shield. Now I have one here that I've made out of 2 pieces of cardboard. And this Pueblo style shield is very simple to make. You don't really need a whole lot of materials. You just need to cut out circle shapes. Now this one here is about 2 feet in diameter, about 24 inches across. And I'm just using some rope, some clothesline rope that I found for the strap and the handle. Now I put 2 pieces together. I glued them together using just white glue, or if you have wood glue laying around. Just sandwich that together and just let it dry for about 30 minutes or so, or overnight. And once you're done, you're ready to decorate it. Now I've decorated this one here with something a little more traditional. Many Pueblo style shields have this particular design on the front. You can see the 3 circle shapes down across the center, and then these 2 horn shapes. Now my interpretation of this design is that it's representing a buffalo. Now many Pueblo style shields were made out of buffalo hide because buffalo hide is very thick, very durable, very hard. And so you want to have something very durable like buffalo hide to protect you during different types of conflicts, different battles. And this one here has the 3 dots here. Sometimes they could represent stars. It just depends on which Pueblo you're from. And other shields will have other designs as well. And for this activity, you don't have to make this exact design. You can paint whatever you want. Anything that you feel that will protect you, or anything in your life that you feel will protect you. So it could be anything. It could be anyone. You can paint a picture of your family, or maybe your parents, because they're the ones that will always protect you. And so just design whatever you like on this. You can use any types of paints. I used acrylics on this particular shield here, And it doesn't have to be this exact design as I said. Now I made my son one, and I'll go ahead and show you that. This is a shield that I made my son, and as you can see, it's more of a modern type. I'm sure you all recognize the design, but it's made the same way. It's the same style of shield, just a little bit smaller. And it also depends on how big a cardboard you can find too. It's got the same style of strap on the back. And so the next step, I'll show you how to hold and how these shields would have been used in the past. So you can see this shield here has a shoulder strap, and here in the middle, this is the handle. So in a typical Pueblo shield, this is how they would have been made and used. So what you do is you put this around your shoulder, just like so. You're holding this side with the handle. Okay. So as you're holding it and as you're using it, you can push it out towards the front of you. And this is how you're using it. And they're fairly big, and they're able to cover almost half your body. So that way you're pretty well protected. And another purpose for the colorful designs is to distract your attacker's eye. So when you're going into a battle, this is what they're concentrating on. This is what they're looking at. And it helps you if you're trying to get close to that other person to attack them. This is what and how they would use. And since buffalo hide or deer hide or elk hide, whatever the shield is made out of, gets very heavy. So it's very helpful to have a strap to kind of rest it to the side when you're not using it. So when you're using it, you just pick it up, put it out in front of you, and just hold it like this. A shield like this was used to defend yourself. So it was a defensive tool. You can't really hurt anybody with this. You're just defending yourself from a person's attack. Now when people would have used these, and people would have used these in the past, especially during the Pueblo Revolt of 1680, when you're going into battle, you would take your shield. You would probably also have some sort of weapon. Now this is a rabbit stick that we still use today. It's used to hunt rabbits and other small animals. But people definitely would have used this as a weapon against another person. Sometimes they're even made a little bit larger, made into war clubs, specifically just for going into battles. So the Pueblo person going into a battle will have their shields and their rabbit club, the rabbit stick. Sometimes other people will have their bows and arrows, their stones to throw at other people. Just depends on the availability of these shields, because they are made out of leather. It requires a lot of work just to make one of these shields. But luckily for this activity, all you need is cardboard, some rope, and some paint. So I hope you all enjoy this activity. When you're finished making your Pueblo shields, make sure you share with us maybe some pictures of your finished shields. So I hope you enjoy this activity. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Marlon. How creative. All right, now let's head over to listen to Rebecca.
Popeye was a spiritual leader and elder of the Okeowenge Pueblo in the 1600s. He was born during a time of Spanish occupation in the area. Popeye first appears in Spanish documents after he was arrested in 1675, 5 years before the Pueblo Revolt. Popeye was said to be a passionate and awe-inspiring man, who was one of 47 spiritual leaders arrested by the Spanish for practicing supposed witchcraft. In reality, he was arrested for practicing his religion, an action which was a form of rebellion at the time because the Spanish were actively trying to stamp out and smother all traditional religious activities in the Pueblos, in order to promote or force conversion to Catholicism. Popeye and the other leaders who had been imprisoned were whipped while in custody of the Spanish, found guilty of their crimes, and sentenced to being sold into slavery. Men of the Pueblos came to Santa Fe and protested in the capital for days, asking for the release of their people. They were successful, and the 44 living religious leaders, including Popeye, were released. After his release, Popeye moved further north to Taos, where he began communicating with Pueblo leaders to form an organized rebellion. It worked, and 5 years later, the 1680 Pueblo Revolt successfully ousted the Spanish from the territory of New Mexico. Without the guidance of Pope, this rebellion surely would not have taken place. He connected the Pueblos in a common goal of cultural revitalization and a return to the old ways prior to the Spanish settlement in the area. For 12 years, Pueblo peoples enjoyed life unencumbered by the oppression of Spanish rule, and many people today pinpoint the Pueblo Revolt as the reason for many traditions and languages surviving the onslaught of Spanish colonization.